Okay, hey guys, so we're gonna start in about 2 minutes. It's 7:58 from my side. So yeah, so probably if you have some friends who are still not here, you can ping them or something, ask them to be here by 8 p.m. and we'll start at about 8. Yeah. Today we have two interesting speakers. So one of them will be talking about how to design a clubhouse using Figma, and the other one is about telling you how to actually get profit from making games. Two of our speakers do have experience in their respective stuff. So one is about UI and design. Another one is about is about games and how to profit as a game developer or something. Yeah. So really wish you guys can actually benefit from these two sessions today, like from XShare. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. Although it's about week 9, it might probably be a hectic week for you guys, full with assignments and midterms and all kind of stuff. Yeah. So probably one question before we start: had you guys having midterm like previous 2 weeks? If you guys are having midterms on previous 2 weeks, you can write in the chat. If you're having midterms, you can say what subject are you having, how is it? Yeah, you can feedback on the chat. Yeah, do you guys having midterm probably next week, previous week, or 2 weeks ago, within these few weeks? Yeah, probably you guys can feedback a little bit before we start. Yeah, you want to have like a little bit interaction with you guys. Anyone, you guys can type in the chat if you guys have any midterms that you guys are facing. Yeah, any midterms and stuff. We just finished a midterm yesterday. Okay, yeah, just finished it. I also just finished it like a few days ago, like Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it's a hectic week, and most of you guys are probably like feel full with assignments and stuff. Yeah, very tired 2 weeks. Yeah, same for us. Okay, so without further ado, right, I'm gonna start this session now. So welcome you guys to XShare session 4. So today thanks you guys for joining. And yeah, so I probably you guys are familiar with XShare, but before that I still want to tell you about what is XShare. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so before I go into this, so what is XShare is we basically is a sharing platform for students to share their ideas and opinions regarding any topics they want to share. So we really want to promote a peer-to-peer learning environment for the students, as this is one of the best environment for students to learn and also share their knowledge together. So we want to empower people through knowledge, tech knowledge and stuff. So that's one of our reason that we have this series for students to share. Okay, so I think we can start it directly now. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so without further ado, let's invite Jia Hong. Today he's gonna talk about how he's gonna design Clubhouse page using Figma. So Figma is basically a UI design tool. We call it a UI design tool, but it is also quite multi-purpose, and it is one of my favorite tools as well. It is free, and also is collaboratable. You can collab with people with different platform, and he have web and also web version, and also desktop app version. So which is I really like it. Yeah. So let's let Jahong. Do you want to start now, Jahong?
Yes, can.
Sure. Okay. So I'll leave the stage to Jiahong. So which you guys can actually get to learn about how we design a Clubhouse page using Figma. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Kim. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see. So others you can see, right? Others you can type in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Kim and Kim Jahong, one of the volunteer speakers for today's actual session. and I'm also the field division leader of XMUM Club. And today I'll be showing you guys how I designing the Figma X designing Clubhouse page using Figma. So, Kim already introduced about Figma. So I I guess most of you know what Figma also. Figma is actually a mobile application user in a tool for us to design the mobile application user interface. And to be honest, there are many other software tools in the market as well, such as the Sketch, Adobe, XD. But I personally prefer Figma. But I'm not saying that Figma is the best one. You guys also can try other software as well. And I think all of you know what is the Clubhouse page, Clubhouse, right? And some of you might have Clubhouse installed on your iPhone devices, so I will not introduce what is Clubhouse. And so later on, I will teach you all I will use this sample Clubhouse page that I downloaded from the internet, and I will show you all how I create a similar Clubhouse page. And I will also teach you all how I design the Clubhouse icon and choose the Clubhouse color set. So I think I can start with teaching you all how to design. So first of all, I will teach you all I will show how I design the profile picture icon. So to design the profile picture icon, you need to use the pen tool, the pen tool in the Figma. So what I need to do is just click on the linear point of one side and then drag it to another linear point of one side and then drag and click, drag and click, and then drag and click. After that, I have to use the bend tool to curve the border. So we realize that the border is actually very thick. So we have to make it thinner by adjusting the thickness. Then what we need to do is keep refining it. So it actually takes a lot of patience. You have to keep refining it until you are satisfied. I think just take a bit is enough. So after that, if you are satisfied, then you can click on done, and then you can start to view it with your own profile picture. So I will use my own profile picture. Yeah. So basically, this is how I create. This is how I create my own profile picture icon. But I think you guys can like create a better one if got more time. So because of the time limitation, and I will try to designing it quick. I need a container for me to place the icon. After that, I will show how I create the calendar icon because this is a relatively much easier one compared with the inbox icon and then the notification icon because it really takes me like a lot of time to designing and refining it. So for the calendar icon, I will use the rectangle shape instead of the pen tool. So what I need to do is click on one point, drag and then create a rectangle, and then adjust the border radius. Adjust the corner, radius, and then hide the color because what I need is the outline only, and then make the outline thicker, and then we can make it larger by using the scale tool, and then click and drag it. So after that, I need a line, and then I can union the selection. So we can, oh, I think before I union the selection, I need to make the inner corner more rounded as well. I can start drawing the line. And we can see that there are also many small rectangles inside the icon. So what I need to do is I also need to use the rectangle to click on one point, drag to create a small rectangle, and then click on Ctrl D to duplicate it. All you need to do is click duplicating and position it. And also, if you guys think I talk too fast, you guys also can remind me in the chat. And then we need to group them together. And then change the color to black. And then we group them together. So yeah, we are done with the second icon. So you can see that actually we can create the icon directly from the using the pen tool of Figma. So without the need to download the Adobe XD. So Figma is really easy to use. The rest of the icon, I think I can just use the one that I have completed before because of the time limitation.
Yeah, at the same time, right, if you guys are curious, you can drop your questions below at the chat session, and we will have our speaker to actually answer your questions.
Yeah, you guys can also ask me like any question if you feel curious about how I'm designing the icon. So so these are the icons that I designed previously, include the symbol, the home icon, the chat, and the notification box. After that, what you need to do is arranging the icon. How do we arrange icons? First, we need to duplicate the icon that we have designed with the icon on the sample, and then we try to match them. And then using a scale tool to make it larger, and then try to match it. So if you guys like interested in designing the user interface, you guys also can try to like screenshot the application on your phone, like the Instagram, and then try to design it. So I think this is a way for us to like keep learning and then improving our design skill. So after that, we need to group them together. And we need to make our picture as a frame. We need to, so I right click on my mouse and then click on frame selection. And then I cut my group. Okay, we need to have a frame for us to type icon. So we need to create, so I click on the frame. And then actually in Figma, there are many selections for us to choose, such as iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone X, and then Google Pixel 2, as well as Android. So for me, I will choose the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I cut mine. So I cut the icon set and then paste it on the frame, so that we can color the background by using the eyedropper and then choose the color that you want. And also, we can assume that we are finished designing the icon. We can start to create the set box. So we need to use a rectangle set as well. The rectangle set is very useful. And then click on one point, drag it to create a rectangle. Then adjust the corner radius. And then choose color. So yeah, and also actually there's a small little corner here. You can use a rectangle set as well. And then attach it. And click on union selection. Place it on our frame. So you be pasted on the exact location. Then two more tables to go. So we need to create one more rectangle, click on one point, drag it, and then adjust the corner. So this corner, this rectangle, the corner radius is 7. So for this, I will set it 7 as well. Cut, Control X, and then Control V. So it will be pasted on the exact location. And for the last rectangle, the color is not like totally solid color. So we need to select linear instead of solid, and then adjust the gradient. So we need to keep adjusting it until it satisfies. It satisfies the gradient. Okay. Then I will show you all how to create the corner with button with rounded corner. So we need to use a rectangle shape as well. And then for this, I will set the corner radius to 100. Then Control X, Control V, and then push the eyedropper to select the color. And for the text, I will be using the open sans. And increase the font size to like 24, I think. And also you can adjust the thickness of the font. So I'll create on same font, same bold. Then change the color to white. And for this plus icon, I will not be designing it using the pen tool, but I will use a plugin for material design icon. So I can just click on the material design icon and try to search for the similar icon. So it will appear on the screen, and then I can use a scale tool to make it larger. And for this little icon, I will use the ellipse on one point, drag, and then create one small ellipse, and then duplicate it. So yeah, you will see like this is a small number. So if the number is like equal, then you know the distance between the jet. And group them together. And also we can try to icon on our screen. For example, this profile picture icon. And then click on send backward. So I think I still got like 6 minutes, right? So for example, if you guys like finish designing the icon, you also can try to export it as well. So later on, I will show you guys how to export the icon. So to export the icon, all you need to do is just click on the icon, for example, this inbox icon, and then click on export. So you can also have a preview on how it looks like after exporting it. So I think I still got margin of time, and I can show you all how it looks like on an iPhone devices. So this is the version that I have created before. So it took me like about 3 days to learn, and then designing it, refining it. So for the devices, I will choose on iPhone 11 Pro, and for the model, I will choose the 19. Yeah. So this is how it looks like on an iPhone devices. So this is basically how I design my own version of Clubhouse page. I hope you guys learn something in this section. Thank you.
Yeah, really thanks Jiahong for the sharing session today. So yeah, there are a lot of useful stuff of using a software such as Figma. For my own use case, I usually use it to probably design the icons you want or something. To that, it also acts like an online-based Adobe Illustrator for you if you want to, because it is quite flexible also, and it's free. You don't need to like download Adobe Illustrator, which are actually very expensive. And also next, right, if your aim is to design a UI interface, this I would say is very suitable. For example, you are working with a team of people designing a UI together, you can collaborate together, so basically you can like 2 or 3 of them editing on the same design together. It's like a Google Docs but you can editing those edit the UI together. So I would say that's a very useful use case. And if you are like me, I do web and app stuff. It's very often that I want to take the icons. I want to design the icons. I want to use the icons, and I want it to be a specific SVG format. Which is the SVG format is like usually when you doing web and stuff, SVG format is basically a vector format, so that the image or the icon won't get how to say it's basically anti-alias, and it won't make it blurry lah when you zoom it. So in Figma, there's a very useful thing. You can export it as SVG, which I always use for. Yeah, and I would say that Figma have a lot of benefits and stuff for you to learn on. You see, we can actually design a mock Clubhouse UI very easily, and this is just a very beginning stuff. Jahong also worked from Figma for some time now, and also Figma is very powerful. You can do navigation, you can integrate with other third-party application to make a prototype. You can navigate from one page to another page. You can have like a mock, like click this button, you go to another UI. It's very flexible for that as well, and is one of the emerging technology for a UI designer as well. I know a lot of UI teams around Malaysia, around the world, are using Figma rather than other software such as Sketch or Adobe XD due to its scalable. It is very scalable, and also is very team collaborable. So you can collab as a team through this platform. And you guys, if you have any questions, you can drop your questions. We have like 2 minutes from 1 or 2 minutes from now for you, so you can ask Jahong any questions you want to ask about Figma. Yeah. Do you guys have any question? Right, you guys can drop your question here. If you want to turn on mic directly ask, also is also possible. Yeah. Okay. Probably you guys can still ask your question later in the chat, and Jahong will try to answer it as if you have any question. But without further ado, right, I will invite our next speaker, Steven. Steven, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Give me a second.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Okay, so before Steven starts, I'll introduce you. So Steven, he likes to develop games. So today he's gonna share about how to actually earn money as a game developer. Yeah, so this is interesting stuff for you if you are really interested in the games. And we'll leave the stage to you, for you, Steven. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to my session this time, and today I'm going to teach you how to earn money as a game developer. And this step is simple. The only solution is to work in a company. The end. Okay, well, maybe not that quick. I'm not gonna end it that easily. There's no way it's gonna be that easy. I mean, yes, your option is to work in a company, in a game developer company. But the question is, what if you don't work in the company? What if you don't work in the game company? You won't become a game developer. You won't be able to earn money. And by doing that, you're gonna get panic. And because of that, you know. Yes. So stop panicking. Don't worry about it. There are ways for you to earn money, even if you don't work in the company. But yes, if you don't work in the company, well, earning money is hard. It's hard. Yes, but it's not impossible. So there's gotta be a way to do so, right? Here are the 8 ways to earn money. There are freelancing, making premium games, making freemium games, advertisements, crowdfunding, selling assets, sponsorship, and teaching game development. We'll start off with freelancing. So for those who don't know what freelancing is, actually no, everyone must know how freelancing works. So freelancing works like when someone asks, hey, can someone write my essay for like, here, I'll pay you $5 for every new one who make the essay. and you volunteer. You make the essay, you gave him the results, and he's like, wow, I like it. Here's my $5 I promised. Yeah, that's basically freelancing. Basically, you make a game for someone else and then get paid. But the thing is about freelancing is that you can't just jump in and, hey, I want to freelance. Obviously, you need to get a portfolio to prove how good you are. So in this case, when you're making games, what you need to do is first you need to make several games and show several of your results when making games. Try to join some game jams and make sure that you, I don't know, probably win a little bit. As long as you make the games, it's already good enough. And once you've already made a good portfolio, make some good games about it, you need to convince them what makes you different than the other freelance game developers. There are a lot of freelance game developers out there in the world, and you have to be lucky that your customers chose you. But what if there's a competition? I've ever checked this out. So when you go to Upwork or Fiverr or places for freelancers, I do remember that there are a lot of competitors. There's a lot of people who are showing them off that they're good at making games. They're fast in creating them. They're going to make it so good your eyes will bleed. Okay, no, actually that's gone too far. Why do you even say that? But yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that if you want to make sure that your customers stay with you, you need to convince them what makes you different than other freelance game developers. You need to prove to them that you are amazing, that you are exceptional, that you have your amazing ways, therefore your customer won't leave you. And that's the first step. That's freelancing. However, this only works if you're able to get a good community of your customers. If you can't get your customers, then you're going to have to find another way around, which is obviously by making games itself, especially making premium games. You ever heard about Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto, right? So those two games are premium games, which means they make the games, but you must pay to play the games. I know there are other examples, but those two are the ones I have. And the one that I want to tell you about when you're making premium games is that first, you need to make sure that the premium games are, well, firstly, good games. They're ecstatic. They're amazing. You need to make sure that your premium games won't get, hey, there's a lot of bugs here. We're going to fix it. No, you have to make sure that the games are good. 100% good and okay, now that I think about it, I do know. Okay, so I know that Minecraft updates several times, but what they updated aren't bug fixing all the time. They put some features in order for the ones who had bought the game to play the game. And that's an example in here. You have to make sure that your game are 100% good, and all you have to do is just to put, I don't know, probably some extra features and not always bug fixes. An example of a failed premium games is like Cyberpunk 2077. Everyone remembers that, right? That's a failed premium game. You have to pay the game, and then when you play it, there's a lot of bugs. You need to make sure that your game has very little bug, and although it's not 100%, all the features isn't in there. As long as it is good, it's already good enough. You don't have to worry about it. But you also may have to remember that if you put some DLCs and some extra features that you have to pay, you better make sure that the premium games is worth more than just the DLC. Because if you just put the DLC and stuff like that, you put some, hey, this is a premium game. Uh-oh, you can't access this content. Why? You have to pay. Yeah, that's just horrible that's just horrible marketing. You're gonna lose customers because of that. I do remember that Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront was a good game, but its bad part was because you had to pay some stuff in order to get access in some stuff. The next one is making freemium games. You ever heard of Pokemon Go and Plants vs. Zombies 2? It's about time, right? So basically, you make the game, but you sell it for free. However, there are some in-app purchases that the players can buy. And there's something about when you're trying to purchase the in-app, you can't just make sure that the store is about, how should I say this? I do remember that Plant vs. Zombies was a great game. Plant vs. Zombies is a great game and I really love it. But the problem is EA had ruined the game. Not because the quality is bad, but because the game had too much in-app purchases. It's basically saying pay to win. A freemium game isn't about pay to win. It's about you get money. It's about you play the game for free, but the in-app purchases doesn't help you win immediately. It helps you to get better. And also try to remind you guys, if you make a freemium game and you put in-app purchases, don't make the price too high. Because if you make the price too high, no one would buy it. Trust me. I've done this. Another example, another way to earn money is by advertisements. Now, for those who doesn't know, now everyone knows about advertisements. You know those, you know those stupid, horrible puzzle stuff that's saying that, oh, if you can't do this, your IQ is low, or this game tests your IQ stuff. You know those things, those advertisements where you just have to I don't know, you just have to prove that you're smart, so you download the game. Yeah, that's basically advertisements. And in here, in order to use advertisements in order to earn money, you need to take advantage of your popularity of the application that you have by serving ads in the UX. And here we have, if you want to make the game, if you use Unity, you can use Unity ads to serve the ads when the players are playing games or using ad mobs. And here's the thing, advertisements aren't usually in premium games. Because if you create advertisements on a premium game, people are going to be like, so you're saying that I have to pay again in order to remove all the ads? That's Rick. I'm not gonna buy this game anymore. I don't trust this company. If you want to make a good advertisement, it's better if you do it on a free game. So if you put an advertisement, it's basically you turn the free game into a freemium game. It's a good idea, but the one thing you should also remember is that when you make the game, you should not forget that you need to create an extra purchase, the free ad purchase. Basically, if the user doesn't like the ads that's interrupting the players when playing game, the player can just buy this feature of free advertisements and purchase. Therefore, the player doesn't have to look at the ads. This is something that has been commonly used in several free games. And I gotta be honest, it's a really great advantage to earn money, especially when there are so many advertisements. Especially to this day, when there are so many stupid advertisements trying to prove that you are smart or thinking that you are dumb just because of a stupid puzzle game. Yeah, you can probably say those illegal. And another way to earn money is by crowdfunding. So for those who don't know what crowdfunding is basically you earn money from. Basically, you earn money from. I'm panicking. Basically, you earn money from your audience. This only happens if your audience is wide range, if they think that your games are good. And when I think about it, I think it's a great way in order to earn money. Kickstarter is a great website if you want to start crowdfunding. And if you look at your left, you can see that there are several examples of crowdfunding, such as I Win Science, Suicide Vegetables, and Unusual Folk Survivals. So crowdfunding is like a donation, like when you're donating to some poor people. Oh no, you're poor. Here, we'll give you money. We'll make sure that the donation is successful. It's something like that. But the crowdfunding has a special feature. Is that when you actually donate some money, you give out some money to the developers, the players can also earn some unique features. For example, like they can earn some cool guns or customizable skins, or your character will be in game or as an NPC or something like that. It's a great way in order for the audience to enjoy, to support the creators while also earning something from the creators itself. So basically, it's like a win-win situation. But the thing is about crowdfunding is that crowdfunding can only works if and only if you have a wide audience. If you have like, I don't know, probably like one or two audience, I doubt they'll pay you like $1,000 or $2,000 unless they're Mr. Beast or rich people's. So exactly, if you want to do a crowdfunding, you need to make sure that you know how to show the world that you're doing a crowdfunding. You need to show the world that you're making not just a game, but a great game. And people must buy it. And if people buy it, I bet it's going to be a successful crowdfunding. I do remember Undertale ever did this. And yeah, Undertale, the RPG game. I think, when was it again? 2010 or something like that? Hold on one second. But yeah, Undertale started like before 2015, and they started this campaign of using Kickstarter, and it blew up. I think about 3 or 4 times bigger than their target. It's really big, and when people see it, the game is actually came out and it looks really good. So yes, so when you want to crowdfund it, you need to make sure that the audience trusts the creator, that the game will be amazing, and you also need a wide, large audience. Another way is by selling assets. When you want to sell assets, there are several places to do so, such as which in itch.io. On itch.io, there's this selling asset, like a lot of assets to be sold. And if you can see here, there are something like Raven Fantasy, Pixel Art House at Miner's Cave, Visit Stella, Atelier Hers, and Spices Volume 0.1, Modern Interiors RPG Tileset 16x16, and others. When you sell assets, you don't just sell visuals. You also sell like sound effects or background music and stuff like that. Maybe even programming code. Wait, no, you don't sell programming codes, because if you dare do that, that's gotta be. Actually, no. There are some times where you can sell codes and stuff like that, so the audience likes it. Because there are some rare codes, some really good codes that the audience can buy or really hard to code. And here, you need to make sure that the price isn't too expensive. When you sell assets, you don't set the price like, I'm going to set the price like $19.99 or $69. You don't sell it that high. You probably sell it like, I don't know, probably $10 or $10, $5, or somewhere as low as possible in order for your audience in order to buy them. Because you're not just selling assets to your audience. You're not selling them to gamers. You're selling them to game developers. Especially for the ones who are lacking in several skills, such as when you're lacking on how to draw or how to make music, stuff like that. That's what selling assets are used for. You can take advantage of this. Another way is by sponsorship. You know, when you play Mario Kart 8, there's this Mercedes-Benz car over there, and you're like, wow, how's that card over there? Sponsorship. Basically, Mario Kart 8 and Mercedes-Benz decide to do a sponsor. Okay, sorry. Basically, Mercedes-Benz decide to sponsor Mario Kart 8, and within that, they need to create a deal. So decide that the car will be inside Mario Kart 8. Another example is when you're looking at Rocket League. Rocket League had a cooperation with DC Comics and decided to create a downloadable content pack of this DC Superheroes car. These are a great way in order to earn money, but there are some drawbacks when you want to do this. One is that if you want to earn sponsorship, you need to make sure that your audience is a wide range. You need to make sure that there are a lot of people who are willing, I mean really 100% will buy your game. You need to grab a large audience, something like crowdfunding, but in this case, it's the games. And secondly, you need to make sure that the company gives you, I don't know, probably like enough money. Because if you don't give, because if the company is like, oh, you're making this kind of game, you're making like a big game, like, I don't know. Let me give you an example. Paper Kingdom 5. Let's say that your team is going to make Paper Kingdom 5 and everyone's hyped for this thing. And the company is like, oh, you're going to make this game? We're going to sponsor you. And it's like, okay. And therefore they're going to sponsor you. But the problem is that they set the price a bit too low. You guys are gonna feel like shitty, like we've been betrayed, like, or this price is so low. Why do we even agree with these people? That's what things about sponsorship. You need to make sure that you and the company had a great teamwork. You need a great cooperation, a good deal, and stuff like that. And the last thing in order to earn money is by teaching game development. Now, currently, when we're in this pandemic, there are a lot of websites currently that's available for you to learn both soft and hard skills. You want to learn math, you want to learn biology, it's possible. And same goes when you're learning game development. You can teach people about game development. But here's the thing. When you want to make game development, you have to make sure that you know about game development. You need to know about yourself, that you know how to code, you know how to make the arts. You need to make sure that the audience know that you are trustworthy. You know much more than the audience do. Because if you don't, then I don't think the audience will even trust you at that point. If you really want to make a good game, if you really want to be a teacher or become a mentor of that time, first, you need a good portfolio. You need to make games at the start. You need to make a lot of good games. And you need to show them that you are 100% non-amateur. You know a lot. You know much more than what the audience know. And once that happens, you can open your courses on Skillshare, Udemy, or whenever it is, and you can set the price, and then you can finally sell it. As you can see here, in Skillshare, there are a lot of different teachers and courses that the students can teach. But the thing is, and one thing you should know is that you better make sure that one is that you teach really clearly, therefore they will trust you. And two is that you better make sure that whatever you teach isn't something amateurish or something normal. And within that, we can say that the eight ways in order to earn money, except by working in a game development company, such as freelancing, making freemium or premium games, advertisements, selling assets, sponsorships, teaching game development, and others are the ways in order for you to earn money. And I believe you guys can be successful. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Stephen, or thank you, Samuel here. Really thanks for his presentation. If you guys have any question, you can drop at the comment section. Then Stephen can actually help to answer your question. If you have any question regarding the talk or the previous talk, you can ask your questions in the comment section. Yeah, it's your chance to ask them. Any question that actually you wonder, although it's regarding or not really directly not directly related, is also okay to ask. Yeah, so yeah, guys, any question you can drop the comment section. It's really interesting to see that there are many options that a game developer can earn money through ads and through ads or like teaching, freelancing and stuff. Yeah, I would say freelancing is and game is a pretty different thing compared to other stuff in the tech world, I would say. Yeah, game, it is very for the some of them, they found it very rewarding, but also it takes quite a lot of work at the same time, as its aims is not to like solve business goal. Its aim is to bring people's fun or interest to start to the game and itself. I would say it's different from making an app or making a website which aims to solve a problem or something. It's a very different thing. Yeah, normally how much we need to earn so that we can have a profit. Steven, do you want to answer this?
Yes. So hold on. How much we need to earn so that we have profit? Well, it all depends on. Okay, so let's say that you're an indie game developer. You are going to sell a game. So basically, if you want to earn profit, it's basically first it's able to cover up your basic daily needs, such as your food, let's say your foods, your rent, your waters, electric bills. All those bills has been paid. Therefore, you've already earned that money, and then you also need to subtract it by how much expenses have you done in order to when you're making this game. The expenses can be like how much assets that you have bought during that time, or how long have you made the game.
Costs.
Yes, how many courses you have to take, and also about the subscriptions. So
cost. Yeah.
I know that there are several game engines that actually have subscriptions, something like Construct or Game Maker Studio has. And if you want to earn profit, you sometimes have to subscribe to them. Therefore, they can allow you to continue making your own game. So you can say that you can earn a profit if you're able to count how much that you earn subtracted by how much that you expense for your basic daily needs, and also how much expenses you bought for making this game.
Yeah, that's interesting. So basically, yeah, there are a lot of stuff that involved in energy earning money. So you have server costs, or you need to like, for example, like Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is basically a game engine for people to develop games on it. If the game developer or the game company earns more than, I think, million or something, then you need to pay like a few percent to Unreal Engine to continue hosting your game on Unreal Engine. Yeah. So this is one of the stuff there. So you need to minus all the costs all the expenses such as server, your own living, and also your own effort, because you put a lot of effort in it. You need to earn something to actually have the motivation or something to actually sustain the project. And also one of the indie game that I really admire, which is Stardew Valley. Yeah, you can also watch a documentary on YouTube, which is very interesting. It's all done by a single developer for about 10 years. I think it's about 10 years or something, the Stardew Valley. That's a very interesting story. And you can see that games can actually have a pretty big impact to the people. And also, it's basically a one-man show for the person. He developed the game for like many years, I think nearly 10 years. And how he actually sustained during the 10 years is a very interesting story. You can search through the YouTube as well. Yeah. And other guys, do you have any question regarding Figma, regarding UI design, user experience, and so game? Do you guys want to ask anything here? Okay, so yeah, I think probably you guys can still leave the question. I'll continue with what I want to say first. So if you have any ideas, like our friends here, Jahong or Steven, you want to share about something that you learned recently, that you see recently, you don't need to be an expert. We are here to promote peer-to-peer learning, to teach, tell the knowledge to our friends. And peer-to-peer learning is one of the best methods to actually teach people something and also get knowledge from people. I believe that I believe that actually learning something, well, what we do in university is we always consume knowledge. Consume knowledge is only a way of actually learning the knowledge. What I would say is actually creating the knowledge and also sharing the knowledge to others is actually another method to actually learn some stuff and also build your connection, meet some new friends. Yeah. So if any idea you want to talk about, right, you can scan this QR code to sign up as a speaker. So a speaker basically can share anything within half an hour or 1 hour, then share to our peers in XTech. Yeah. So I think you guys have no more questions for now. And yeah, I think that's probably the end of our session. Really thanks you guys for joining and actually spending a Friday night to learn some new stuff, get some new insights, and wish you guys happy get something back from these two talks. And yeah, we have some more exciting events coming soon. Yeah, I think next week we'll have another expert session, which is about product design. So you guys can stay tuned for our at our social media and also in our WeChat community. Yeah. So do remember to follow our social media. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think probably that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining, and wish you guys a happy Friday night. Get some time to relax, and yeah, bye guys. Bye guys.